Now tuning in to Earbud Media. Audio for everyone.
Just want to add a little bit of tension, a little bit of mystery, you know?
Okay, goddamn. I didn't realize we were in a fucking Shondaland show.
Right.
Didn't realize there was going to be a fucking jazz saxophone underneath this.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine if that's the fucking intro?
Yeah,
Like
we just make a full jazz band, big band.
If the music to our podcast was just the like, just a little like jazz sting.
Absolutely. Get a little careless whisper in the mix.
If just one episode out of all of ours just had that as the beginning, that would be terrifying.
Yeah, and also we can address it. We can acknowledge that it exists.
No, absolutely not.
No.
But no, never. Not because we don't like jazz, but just because that would create a weird sexual tension that we would not know about.
And we respect you as listeners.
Right, exactly. And we know that some of you, like, wake up with us on Mondays, and that's a weird way to wake up.
Yeah.
Anyways, welcome to Into the Twilight.
Ayo, we're back.
No sexy vibes.
No sexy vibes.
This is a abstinence-only space.
Well, okay.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I would beg a couple seasons of the show to differ.
That's true. Yeah, the content that we analyze on this show is not that.
No.
And also, that's not the content that I abide by.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Just no jazz stingers.
That's it. That's all.
That's all. Cody, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay, but I have a happy thing. It's a little quick happy thing, but it did make me chuckle quite a lot. As you can see, I have a photo in our Google Docs.
See, yeah.
You see?
I have a couple of questions, but I'll let you go. I want you to explain yourself.
Of course. Yeah, for sure. There was a tweet from this account called Politics for All. I guess a news organization. They have a lot of followers, whatever. The other day, they posted new. Wales are now vaccinating those age 30 and over.
Oh.
Now, the thing about that's cool, because Wales, great country, glad they're getting their vaccines and stuff for sure. But what they did not do is spell the country Wales correctly, and instead spelled it Wales the animal. Which made a lot of people on the internet, one specifically Twitter user Terry Hartley, just Photoshop an orca whale on top of someone administering the vaccine. And it's just so good. It's so good.
This was the goal of that Blackfish documentary, right?
That's actually, yes. Finally, whales are girl bossing their way through the world, and they are licensed professionals, and we love to see
Close SeaWorld.
Close SeaWorld.
The hospitals.
Make them doctors. What's not clicking here?
They're smart and intelligent animals. What can't they do?
Absolutely.
Hashtag girl boss.
The original account did not delete the tweet, but they did just reply whales in the correct spelling immediately underneath it, but it was a little too late. It's a little too late.
Oh, God bless it, you know?
Yeah, I appreciate it for sure.
I love innocent typos.
Yes, harmless.
And this is one of the benefits, I think, of not having an edit feature on Twitter.
For sure.
Is just for this precise reason. For an innocent typo.
Yeah.
For amazing things like this to come out. This is also one of this is not my happy thing for this week, but it reminds me a lot of, like, when folks on Twitter will post about, like, when people make typos in group chats, and then they'll just, like, spam the typos.
Yes. It's exactly the energy.
It is one of those things that is poking fun at someone, but is a very innocent thing that brings me a lot of joy.
Oh, for sure.
So, I love this. I love this image, too.
Yes.
I would trust a whale.
I would trust that whale for sure. That whale has kind eyes.
Yeah, I trust orca whales 100%.
Absolutely.
So I love that. Thank you for this gift.
Absolutely. What is your thing of note, my dude?
So I predicted incorrectly what your happy thing was going to be.
Okay.
I 100% thought that you were going to bring Bo Burnham's documentary news.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Like his special.
Right.
To the space.
Yeah.
So I was like, nope, I'm not going to announce that. Nope, that's not going to be my happy thing.
Yeah.
There is not, like, a lot of news from Bo Burnham's space, other than he was like, I did a thing. It's
coming out
soon.
at some point.
I'm going to preface this. This is going to come off like an ad. It is not an ad.
Not fun.
However,
yeah.
If, and I'm looking at you with my eyes through this microphone, I can be bought.
Yeah.
That's what I will say. But this is not an ad. I follow a lot of people with ADHD on Twitter because I like to hyper-focus about things that are wrong with me.
Right. Yeah.
But I saw this thing. The person that I'm referring to on Twitter is Black Girl Lost Keys.
Okay.
They have a product on here that is called a fidget popper. I have a lot of fidget toys because I love them. Yeah. But especially over this last year, it has been nice to not break pens. And just like have stuff to, I don't know, over lots of Zoom meetings.
Right.
And one of the things that Black Girl Lost Keys or Renee Brooks is selling are these fidget poppers. And if you or anyone who is listening to this loves the idea of when you get stuff in the mail and it has those like popped air things.
Oh,
what are those called? But you know, it has like lots of little bubbles and they have
pops,
air in them and you pop them. I love those things, but they're so bad for the environment. And you never, you know, they come.
And they're so loud, you know.
And that's the thing. The loudness bothers me, but it's the sensation of popping it that I really like. Renee Brooks, under the company name of Black Girl Lost Keys, is selling fidget toys that have that sensation of like popping stuff in and out.
Yeah. And
I was like, oh, fuck yes. Like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. And so by the time this is out, I will have been paid. And so I'm going to get a whole bunch of them.
Yes.
Because I love the sensation of that. It sounds like it's sponsored. It's aggressively not. I just want ones in pretty colors so I can have them all over the house.
Hell yeah. And they're cute.
They are. I just remembered what it's called. It's called bubble wrap, I think.
Oh, yes. That is correct.
Whenever we would get that stuff, it just scares the shit out of my cats.
Yeah.
It's just like...
It's too much.
It is. It's too much, and it's like, the sound annoys me. Whereas with this stuff, it's like, ooh, I can just touch it. So
yes.
I will report once I get them, which is very nice.
Love that.
Good stuff.
Yeah, we'll get to do some ASMR clicking in the,
I know.
in the mics.
Just to really annoy the crap out of all of you. We have 2 pieces of current events this week, but they are like, they're just... Chef's
kiss. Important.
They're just good. I will save this second piece for Cody to just go off on. Because this news, I feel like, came out just for you.
Yes.
Specifically.
It was manufactured in my brain. Yeah. I had dreams of this.
And then somehow that dream actually came true, which is very nice. This first piece of news is from a local friend of the show, Showbiz Cheat Sheet.
Yes.
I'm not sure if this is from a bot or not, but that's okay. This is about Robert Pattinson's mom just roasting the shit out of him after he got cast as Edward.
And, like, good for her.
Absolutely. I have come to the realization throughout this show, when we first started, I was like, oh man, I think my dream guests on the show would be Robert and Kristen. Which, like, absolutely.
Sure, yeah.
What I think I've realized the most, now that we're 4 years in, is I want their moms on this show.
God, yes. Oh my God. That would unlock so much potential. Why has nobody done, like, more interviews, whatever, on the people that made these people that we love so much?
I want their parents on the show, because do you remember when we talked about Phoebe Bridgers' mom?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
I want to talk to their parents.
Yeah.
I want to dig through those memories, especially because of the fact that, like, when Robert, well, at least Kristen, for sure, like, wasn't even 18 when she started Twilight. Like,
right.
I know for sure that their parents have more of these memories.
Yes.
So, like, I want that. I want those juicy memories.
Yeah, I want the parent fact check on all these stories.
Absolutely. I want all of them, because you know that someone in their family has, like, journals, has, like, scrapbooks of this stuff. Oh my God. I want it so bad.
What I would give.
Anyways, as I think we have talked about before, like, Robert did not want to audition for Twilight. He was embarrassed to do it.
Yes.
He was like, this casting makes no sense. They want someone who's, like, brooding and sparkling and, like, perfect in every way.
Yeah.
And so when he ended up doing it and, like, got the role, his mom was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. And I don't know if we have talked about this on the show before, but there ended up being a petition that was going around to get him, like, removed from the role.
Oh, snap.
Because they were saying that, like, he wasn't attractive enough.
Right.
And they were gonna, like,
not my Edward.
And they were gonna, like, boycott seeing Twilight unless he was recast.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I love about his mom is, like, Pattinson, like, might have never seen this. It was going around on, like, lots of blogs and stuff at this time. But his mom, like, sent this to him. Like, and she was like, no, you need to see this.
Yeah, these kids think you're not hot enough to be Edward.
It was like 3 days or so after he got cast. And she was like, yeah, I know it's only been a couple of days, but they've gotten 75,000 sign-ins.
They hate the shit out of you.
So good job, babe.
Oh my god.
Welcome.
Wow, what a great motivator.
Just really trying to keep him humble.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that energy.
She sounds great. I love that vibe, for sure. Robert Pattinson's mom, you are welcome on the show anytime.
Yeah. Please.
I would
Doors
love to hear
open.
more of these stories.
Yes.
Tell me about your reaction to your son's pasta, please.
Oh my god. Yes. Every weird thing he's done in his life, which is... we can ask about the leashes, too.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. We have so many questions.
I have so many.
I just want to know.
We could talk for hours.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us about the greatest news that came out?
The greatest news I've ever seen in my life. All right.
That was made for you.
Made for me. We got some Kristen Stewart casting news. Boing, 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 boing. She's here. Welcome to the space. We love to see our woman booked and busy. We love that. More specifically, though, she was cast in David Cronenberg's next movie, straight, like, out of the gate of the woodwork. David Cronenberg comes back to the scene and is like, I want K-Stew. And Viggo Mortensen and all these other people, very sexy French people. I'm very excited.
The eyes in this cast alone.
It's piercing. They are all so... their gaze is locked into me.
I feel like if all four of these people looked at me, I would turn to stone.
Yes.
Like, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. The movie's called Crimes of the Future, and it's like a sci-fi about, like, humankind is learning to adapt with, like, its own surroundings and, like, meddling with technology and bodies and all that kind of stuff. I'm excited. Happy for everyone here. I want Kristen Stewart.
It sounds amazing.
Kristen Stewart's firmly on her Robert Pattinson path, which is going with very respectable people.
Yes.
And is making moves, and we love to see it.
I am so proud of her, first of all.
Yeah.
The choices that she makes with her career, I'm just constantly proud of.
Yes.
Of just, like, not just constantly being busy, but she is constantly choosing work of, like, quality.
Yes, yeah.
And that ends up being, for her, of, like, staying consistently busy as well, which is a benefit.
Yeah, yeah.
I am immensely excited to see this. I mean, what genre can't she do, really?
Right, yes.
But I think that I like her in sci-fi.
Yeah. I
am very interested.
Very excited.
To say the least. We will need to check in on this, for sure.
Yes, keep the tabs open.
I am hoping for Viggo Mortensen's sake this is going to help his career more than Green Book did.
Yeah, he's taken a couple tumbles in the last few years.
I will be much happier to watch this for him than Green Book. So, very excited. Very excited.
Yes, yes.
Good times all around. Okay, we have a question here from India who asks, in the spirit of that older trend where people would post the B movie, but every time they say B, the speed would increase. What do you think would be the most appropriate words to give the same treatment to Twilight, you, 50 Shades, and the host, respectively?
Oh, man.
This is a great question.
This is very good. I feel like there was a specific word in 50 Shades that we even, like looked through our Kindles and stuff to, like, see how many times it was in that respective book.
100%. I have my Kindle up.
All right.
So we can do this.
we can live.
We can do this. We can do this live. 100%.
Yeah. I mean, gray is too obvious, so I feel like that
yes
would not be the move.
Yes. That or goddess.
Goddess. Goddess is good. Goddess is extremely good.
For Twilight, taking this very seriously. So
yeah.
Might not be funny. I'm not even looking at my fucking Kindle right now. I'm going to just try to do this off the fucking dome.
Off the dome, yeah.
There's one that she always, like, ends her sentences with. Like a, I want to say, like, a growled or like a, oh, what if it's blinked?
Ooh, blinked is good. Eyes, too. Just in general. Eyes.
Okay, when I just type I, not even plural, 500 matches. So, yes.
Yeah.
Just in Twilight alone.
Right.
If it's I, 500.
Yeah.
What if I do pulse?
Pulse is good, yeah.
Okay, just 10. I'm going to stick with I.
I is good. I think that's the highest
Twilight
hit we're going to get.
Yes, 100%. For 50 Shades, it's either goddess or gray.
Yeah, right.
For you, oh god, there was one that we talked about all the time.
Oh. I feel like, too, most of the things I remember are, like, the ellipses and the italics.
I
and, like,
know.
the actual formatting things. I'm like, what words did they actually use in the book?
Especially because I try so hard to just forget it. Like,
right, yeah.
I just try so hard to just pretend like it does not exist.
Mm-hmm.
What if I just type in a window? What happens? 37.
Okay.
What about blood? Blood has the most matches so far.
Okay, blood is good. What about, he's always talking about, like, technology being,
That's
or
true.
Social media, phones.
That's true.
Pitch Perfect.
Pitch Perfect. Oh my god, that's true. Pitch Perfect currently has the most matches with 19, so we're gonna go with Pitch Perfect.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Imagine writing Pitch Perfect 19 times in a novel.
Oh my god. Okay. And with the host, it has to be Soul.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. Yeah. Easy done.
Okay. Soul has 223 matches.
Jesus.
So, correct
Yeah.
is the answer.
Yes.
India, this is a great question. Sorry that we took it very seriously. But that is, thank you. Thank you for
come for us
me.
for the research and the journalism.
Thank you for reminding me of that because I love those compilations on YouTube.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
We have less of a correction and more of an update.
Okay.
That was sent to us. Could you read this update that we got from Noah?
Absolutely. This is in relation to when we talked last week. At some point, we talked about chucking tomatoes in the square and being like, why do they never, like, people have to eat that. Like, that's food for people.
I want to say that it was last week, but time...
Who is she? That saucy minx. I can't get a hold of her. Okay, but that's the context in case you're just jumping into this raw. But, okay, so the reason people in old times like chuck tomatoes and shit is because A, they were dumb and British. All right, sorry to our British listeners. Damn, sorry. And B, because of the dumb British thing, they thought that tomatoes were poisonous, so they would chuck them at people they hated in hopes that tomatoes would kill them.
Whoa. Noah.
No, first of all, I love just picturing you listening to the show, immediately opening up your Gmail app and being like, I have to tell them this now. I just need to correct this immediately. I'm glad you did. I love history. You. I love history. Wow, that's, the more you know.
Because Noah, thank you. Because I did not know.
I did not, no.
And second of all, were they that wrong?
Right,
because
it's true. It's true.
I don't remember what the context was for why we were talking about this.
Yeah.
Because I think it had something to do with Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yes, yeah.
But tomatoes, now, hear me out. hear me out with this red string.
Oh, God.
Tomatoes have acid.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
So, an acid...
Yep.
Acid is, if there's enough,
Right.
is poison.
So your red string here is not like a connection of strings. It is one string that you have just unfurled. You've just
So,
give me a little thread here is what you've given
so
me.
if enough,
If the math
for-
works out.
if delicate and British,
Yes.
if delicate
Sure.
and British
Sure.
put enough tomato,
Yeah.
I mean, that's
you
why-
die. You die.
I mean, that's why, like, skunk.
What? What is happening?
That's why people do it. That's why people used to do that with, like, when you would get skunked, right?
Oh, sure.
Right? Is they put tomato on them?
Yeah.
That's what I always thought is, like, poison and poison kills. Poison. I would die if someone threw me out into the wilderness.
If any scientists are listening, leave now. It's okay.
God.
Get out. Get out. We're never gonna learn. It's okay.
Anyways, thank you, Noah. I trust your opinion.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We have a Twilight backstory here
Hell yeah.
from Julia. Okay. Hi. I want to start this with a giant thank you for the new name. I love being Julia Stewart. Hey. As it feeds into the dream of being married to Kristen Stewart perfectly. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I also want to I also want to confess something. I began listening to y'all a while back, but about 2 months ago, I started a new full-time office job. Consequently, my pace increased a lot. This job includes a lot of repetitive admin tasks while alone in the office, and long story short, I may have listened to, 104 episodes in 6 business weeks. Whoops. I'm sorry, Julia. That sounds awful.
But also, congrats.
But also, good job.
Congrats on your marathon.
I'm glad that we've been there for you. To the good stuff. I hopped on the Twilight bandwagon in the magical year of 2008 when I was in the 5th grade. Holy shit. Okay, Breaking Dawn had just come out and I was starting to notice the phenomenon. I wanted to be included, so I asked my mom if I could go to Walden Books. And buy Twilight. To my shock, she said no. My family is huge on reading, and I had never in my life been discouraged from reading anything other than my mom's Nora Roberts novels. Hey, same. When I asked why not, she hit me with a, quote, because I said so.
Classic. We've all been there.
Same. Usually she was pretty good at telling me why she set rules, so this was baffling to me, and I immediately decided not to respect it whatsoever.
Powerful.
I love that. I finagled an invite to a friend's house that Friday, a friend whose idea of a play date was her playing Webkins or Poptropia on her computer while her guest either watched or entertained themselves. Oh, I love this friend. She also coincidentally owned the entire Twilight series. So I pulled an all-nighter and tore through Twilight and New Moon. When my mom picked me up the next day, she saw me proudly holding Eclipse and Breaking Dawn while thanking my friend for letting me borrow them and for letting me read the first 2. I absolutely had a wide, shit-eating grin and was throwing my very unsubtle looks in my mom's direction. I honestly think she was impressed. I found out later that she had been told by a religious older family member that she shouldn't be letting me read that kind of stuff. Family member saw me with Harry Potter. And so me breaking that rule went unpunished. Cue a 2-year obsession. I put some pictures of the merch I remember owning below, where I went through the typical cycle of loving Edward, then loving Jacob, then being embarrassed for loving Twilight and pretending to hate it, to forgetting it, and then rediscovering this goddamn series around 2018. Love the podcast, Julia.
Wow. These merch items are fabulous.
Julia, you are a badass,
Yes.
first of all.
Totally respect.
You have very clearly earned your surname of Julia Stewart.
Yes.
Holy shit.
God, just the absolute balls. I love it.
Just so confident and being like, yeah, fuck you, Mom. What are you going to do about it? The mood. Oh my God. I distinctly remember the pearl clutching that happened both with Harry Potter and with Twilight of like, don't let your kids read this. And it's like, for what?
Right, what?
Especially when both of them are so, like, they're so tame. I would argue, like, incredibly, like, I don't know, like, moral.
Yeah, right.
What the fuck?
Quite prude, actually.
Incredibly prude.
Yeah.
But I just remember that being such a huge deal with parents back then of, like, don't let your kids read these. Oh, God, I'd, like, forgotten about that. So thank you, Julia, for sharing about that.
Hell yeah.
And I hope that you are continuing to be that badass in your life now, because God bless you.
It's a great energy. Carry it with you always.
Yes, don't let anyone tell you differently. That is an important thing to continue. Yeah. So, thank you. Oh, wow. The last time that we were looking at the hosts, there was a lot of smooching happening.
Too much, I would argue.
I would argue too much smooch. Not enough High School Musical references. But Melanie is back. That is the good idea.
Yes.
Which is nice. Now things are, I would say, getting juicy.
Yeah, things are heating up, for sure.
Which is nice. I wasn't sure, given Stephanie's whole thing, where we were gonna go. But it is nice to know that, like, we are finally leaving the whole cave situation, at least temporarily. Yeah. I don't know where things are gonna go. When we are starting chapter 43, Jamie's still dying.
Yeah.
Which is not great.
No.
For him. There's still people leaving to go on raids. They have unfortunately not found any, like, magical antibiotics that have shown up, which is unfortunate. They have, however, and this is very confusing to me, found ice.
Now.
Which I am unsure because, and don't anyone forget, we are in the desert. So I'm a little bit confused.
How, what?
It seems like we are, I want to say like an hour, as we will see later on in these chapters. Like, I want to say like an hour outside of Tucson.
Yeah. So
it is not impossible.
Right. But feels quite unlikely.
Yeah, it is not
the rest of everything.
It is not impossible. But as we will find out later in this chapter, they have to run 10 miles from the nearest vehicle. So I have general questions about how this ice just, like, occurs. But sure, there's ice. It's not going to help Jamie in the long term, but they are hoping it will at least help his fever.
Yeah,
in the
cool him
short
down
term.
a little bit so he doesn't fully just die.
Yeah, it'll help in the short term anyways, since they do not have medicine. What finally occurs to Wanderer while they are trying to figure out what the hell to do is Wanda's like, oh, duh. I'm going to just go to a hospital that the souls go to. Got it. Perfect.
See what's up, you know?
I can't believe I didn't think of this before.
Right.
Like, we just need medicine.
Come on.
Don't
get booed off the stage from a human hospital.
Right, exactly. Like, there are no human hospitals anymore.
Right. Yeah.
And you all have tried to find antibiotics.
And I can just go incognito. Go right in. No one's even going to notice.
Yeah, I can go in.
Yeah.
They will just give them to me.
Right.
That's not... And I don't even need to lie. I can just, like, ask.
Right.
I can get enough for years. Jamie will be fine. We'll have enough supply. It'll be fine. I can even, like, ask how to use that. Like, it's not an issue. And this is the part where we get to use one of my favorite TikTok sounds, where it's like, you need to leave. Because they fucking hate Wanda for suggesting this.
Right. You're like, oh, you come up with this now, huh? Where were you in the last fucking however long you've been here, huh?
Literally.
Yeah. It's like, all right, sorry. My bad, for sure. I was kind of under a lot of stress and also almost got killed and like had a lot of things I was going through. I didn't think you really wanted my help.
A day ago was my grieving period in a cave. Like,
right.
hello? And before that, had I don't know if it was a broken leg, but like, was
got real fucked
broken.
Up. Yeah.
Like, and was under morphine that you all gave me without my consent. Hello?
Yeah. Let me do you a solid here.
Exactly. So Kyle is like, oh, this is what I said all along. They're trying to trap us and bring all of the people in here. And Wanda, as well as Melanie, because Melanie's also like incredibly desperate watching her brother die, is like in tears, like laying across Jamie's body, being like, I would do anything for this human. I don't have to do shit for this human.
But I am offering that.
I am offering
and I want to
put my life, my soul, I guess, my soul on the line for this human. To not just save, like, him, but to save all of you as well. Yeah. To give you medicines that will, like, keep you alive for who knows how long.
Yeah.
And this whole community, Jared included, is like, I don't know about this one. Like, I don't know about this one. How dare they, like, sacrifice themselves? And it is really sad to watch. Of, like, over and over again, Wanda is, like, proving their loyalty.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't know.
Like, still sus, though. Still an alien.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know about this alien. So anyways, at this point, like, Wanda ends up, like, staying up against Jamie. The whole room ends up leaving, except for Doc, who stays, like, throughout the night. We can, like, hear him snoring until he stops snoring.
Yeah.
And we then find out that the reason why he stops snoring and falls to the ground is because good old Jared has chloroformed him.
As you do.
You know?
Just normal things.
They don't have antibiotics.
Right.
They do have chloroform.
So, yeah.
And Jared was like, so I needed to pretend like I didn't believe you in front of everyone, but fuck him. We're gonna dip out, and we're gonna go get that medicine.
Let's go on an adventure, baby.
Let's just get out of here. Let's
road trip.
Let's just go to our favorite fancy town of Tucson.
Yes.
Our, everyone's favorite hotspot.
Yeah.
Tucson.
Yes.
So Wanda, before she leaves, they're like, okay, this is the thing that's going to save Jamie. I'm going to pour all this warm water onto Jamie. And they're like, this is what's going to keep him alive.
This is it.
This is what's going to do it.
We found the cure.
This is now the part that baffles me. This is what is the part that makes me convinced that Stephanie does not know how bodies work. And before, like, I was convinced when Stephanie had a vampire and a human have sex.
Right.
Without breaking them.
Yes, yeah.
But this is the part
brings it to a new level.
Absolutely. Because Jared looks at Wanda and is like, so, it's nighttime. The ground is flat. I'm gonna blindfold you. Do you think that you can run blindfolded? What the fuck, Stephanie? Hello?
The tale as old as time, the age-old question.
The idea that a person, alien or not, would not, even though Jared is grabbing on
right.
to Wanda's elbow, would not immediately take one step and fall right on their face is ridiculous.
Insane.
It is unrealistic. Yeah. Hello?
Come on.
No,
Let's think about this a little bit harder.
They just run for an hour
hour straight, no stops, just
They
blindfolded.
run, I think, for like 30 minutes, and then Jared's like, yeah, we're far enough. I'm gonna take this blindfold off. Can you run faster?
You gotta go.
Can you run faster? But just look down at the ground the whole
my
time.
God. Just
And
immediately
don't
tripping over
trip.
yourselves. Yeah, no way. There's no shot.
Don't trip, though. Look down at your feet and run as fast as you can, but don't trip.
Maybe this is because Stephanie is so used to being inside the mind of someone who is incredibly clumsy. And she's like, oh, well, I have this character who's
Sure.
obviously like a bit more genetically into it and also is very sporty, right? Wanderer was like a god on that soccer field, you know? Maybe it's like, oh, maybe this is how people with athletic abilities just do things.
Right. It's either... I think that's the thing. I completely agree. Stephanie only knows two kinds of bodies. It's either a vampire who can do everything.
Right.
Or it's a human who has no athletic ability.
Yeah, right.
She
No
does
in
not
between.
know a person with average ability.
Yeah, right.
And that is haunting.
Yeah.
Stephanie, do you not have any self-awareness? Could you not write yourself?
Right.
And I think that's terrifying.
Yeah.
That if she was asked in a writing challenge to be like, I want you to write what it would be like in your body, she'd be like, her brain would explode. Like, she would not know how to do it. That's scary.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh, God.
Super scary. Hate that. The idea, nope, it scares me. I don't like it. They eventually get to a place where they're able to access the first of multiple vehicles that they have. And we find out that they have access to poison. So that is helpful to know that they have. And Wanderer's like not shocked by it. I found it kind of sweet that Wanderer was like laughing about it and was like, I would have never been able to take this poison for like their own children. But for Jamie, it's like not a problem.
Right.
I mean, it's sad that like they have to consider that, but it's pure.
Yeah.
By the end of this chapter, though, they end up moving to a different vehicle. Wanda, I think for the first time in, God, I want to say it's been like 6+ weeks, has access to new clothes.
Oh, thank God.
Not new shoes, but like a new clean t-shirt, new pants, which I would imagine is like very comfortable and very nice.
Yeah.
The difficulty is that they are going to a like healing clinic for these souls, and there has to be like a reason to get all of these medicines. Mm-hmm. And so by the end of this chapter, Wanda looks at Jared and is like, well, we need a reason.
Come at me.
Yeah, Wanda needs a reason, and so hands a rock to Jared and is like, I need you to hit me. Yeah. With this. Like, I gotta have a reason for going to this clinic. Right. And so when the next chapter starts, Jared is like, hello? Like, I unfortunately wish that Wanda had realized, like, earlier on, right, what they'll have to do in like a couple of pages, which is mimic exactly what right they just like do this Jamie's whole injury. Like preview like round and just like Wanda getting beat up a little bit, being like, oh no, in order to like know exactly how to heal that specific wound, I should also have that wound. Man. But there's, like, it's two different versions of her because Jared has to, like, smack Wanda with this huge rock. Yeah. And it sounds incredibly painful, especially because the fact that where Jared ends up hitting Wanda, it naturally, like, activates the sinus response. And so Melanie's body starts, like, crying. Yeah. Because, you know, you're getting smacked in the face.
It's an emotional, physical experience.
And so, like, naturally your sinuses start activating. And so, like, Melanie's body starts, like, eyes watering and, like, your nose starts responding. And Jared's like, what the fuck? Like, what is happening? And which is a huge bummer. And which is, oh, God, that sounds incredibly painful. Yeah. Especially to then have to go and start driving during this, too. Yeah. Which is rough. And Jared, of course, is, like, naturally suspicious of this.
Yeah.
He's like, one, you just got hit in the face.
Right.
Not a great start.
So we're not doing hot, for sure.
So, not a good point towards you.
Right.
Second of all...
Already doubting your credibility.
Second of all, this is the first time that you've been outside of the cave. So, I need you to drive straight to the clinic. Do you hear me? We
cannot make stops for Cheetos.
Oh, God. But as Wanda ends up saying, like, it has to appear like Wanda is driving to the clinic. There cannot be, like, other people there. So it makes sense in the long run. But Jared is, like, the one that planned this, and now he's in the backseat covered up, like, trying to act like he's still in control during all of this.
Yeah. I got it. I'm not owned.
Which is very funny. But then, of course, Wanda ends up being in the parking lot for the clinic, realizing that they just asked Jared for this head injury and doesn't have the same injury that Jamie does.
Yeah.
And so now, on top of all of this other stuff, has to stab themselves to get the same injury as Jamie.
Oh,
so
God.
not a great night.
Yeah.
For Wanda.
Bit of a rough night for Wanda.
Right. So not good. Thankfully, though, it seems like as they're walking into the healing clinic, like, this place sounds great.
Right.
I'll be honest. It sounds awesome.
It seems like a prime use of healthcare.
I agree.
It seems pretty sick. America good never. It's fine. Whatever.
100%.
Without aliens. Yeah. I get it.
This place is efficient. It is well run.
Yep.
It is fast.
Mm-hmm. It's clean.
It's clean. The names of their medicines make sense.
Yes.
And they do what they're supposed to quickly and efficiently. So, amazing. Love that. It doesn't even matter that Wanda is a shitty liar. That Wanda's like, says, in the matter of one sentence, I was hiking, I fell down the rocks, I was cleaning up after dinner, a knife was in my
We learn time and time again that Wanda's not great at lying.
No.
And this really was the icing on the cake there.
No.
Like, so many courses of events.
The nice thing I think about all of this is Wanda was like, didn't even sit down, wasn't even in a waiting room, just was immediately led in. And Knits, I think the healer's name was like Knits Fire or something.
It's a pretty sick name. It's so cool.
Cool name.
Cool name.
And I know that it's because Stephanie wrote it this way, but I love the fact that, like, this healer has great bedside manner, was explaining what all of these medications do.
Yep.
And was like, hey, take this little piece of paper and put it in your mouth. Yes, I know it looks like acid. It's not. It's just going to make all your pain go away. Did it? Yes, it did. It did make all your pain go away right away.
Look at that. Wow. Imagine that.
Isn't medicine so cool? And just the idea that you could have something and it's called heal. Right. And then you have another thing and it's called seal. What the fuck?
Or mine was just
so
like,
cool.
No pain. I'm like, yes, exactly. Just slap that shit on.
God, it would make it so much easier if you could go down the pharmacy aisle and it's like, yes, I would like no pain.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's exactly what I'm looking for. How did you know?
No, I don't want a really confusing... I don't want to have to look at 6 different things to figure out if that's what I want. I want the one that says no pain.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
it. That's all I need.
That's great. It doesn't matter that Wanda is a shitty liar who says that her calling was to serve Mexican food in Phoenix, which honestly sounds like a great calling.
Maybe that's her life after this, you know? Maybe that's Wanda's life in the future. Good for them, you know?
Once she's all patched up, she lies about wanting more water, and the chapter ends, and she's got 2 minutes to just fucking open her arm and push all this medicine into her backpack. And hope for the best that they don't ask questions.
Yeah.
about where all their medicine went.
I'm sure that'll go smoothly, right?
Yeah, I hope that, that can't possibly be bad.
Given how things have gone so far, I feel like this is a pretty easy win, I think
Yeah.
It's going to be in and out.
It can't possibly be a bad thing.
But you know what, though? Because
What?
of this lead up, in the next few chapters, or probably the next chapter, we're going to get real Stephenie Meyer heist shit, which is what we know she knows how to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Very exciting.
Because the fact that even though Wanda lied about her name in this, I would imagine the healers swabbed DNA off of Melanie's body.
Right.
In this. And if the aliens were smart, they would track that DNA. Mm-hmm. And so the Seeker, I want to say, or is that Harry Potter? I think it
is the Seeker. They're called the Seeker.
I think it is the Seeker.
Mm-hmm.
The one who dressed in all black.
Yes. Yeah.
Is probably like tracking some sort of system for that.
Yeah.
And so her like spidey senses are probably going to go up and be like, motherfucker, I've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
And so if Stephenie was smart, that's probably how this is going to go down.
Yeah.
So
that's
what I'm hoping for.
Fingers crossed, everyone.
But we're going to find out. We have chapters 45 and 46 next week. So we'll find out.
Boop, boop, boop.
But we have some amazing patrons to thank.
Hell yeah, we do.
Would you like to start us off?
Absolutely. Shout out to Mallory Hardwick.
Thank you to Katie Black.
Thank you, Kylie Minty.
Thank you to Alex Dorn.
Woo! Yeah! Ow! Shout out Carrie Goldberg.
Thank you to Mickey Meyer.
Shout out Rebecca Cullen. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Thank you to Mulch Gray.
Mulch. Shout out Taylor Brown Town Lautner.
Yes. Thank you to Jasmine Anastasia.
Ah, yeah. Thank you to Bailey Christian.
Thank you to Jay Molina.
Thank you, Cassandra Bomer.
Thank you to Toussaint Wanderer.
Ah, yeah. Yes. Shout out Kristen Strider.
Thank you to Badass Julia Stewart.
Yes. Absolutely. Shout out to Megan Pattinson, newest patron, member of the Patreon.
Welcome to the space.
Hello.
Thank you to Maddie Facinelli.
Ooh, yes. Ah. Thank you to our mom, Allie's mom, Kelly Beck.
My mom.
Woo.
Thank you to Sophia Salinger.
Ah, yes. Shout out India Peach. Yes.
Thank you to Casey Yorkie.
Thank you to Sarah Blythe. Yes.
Ooh, I get to end it this time. And
Wow.
last, but certainly not least, shout out to Lara Forty.
Ooh, yes.
Ooh.
Wow.
I have a fan fiction this week that I pulled,
Thank God.
that I found.
Well.
Do you think on the last episode of the show, whenever the fuck that is, that I will write a fan fiction?
Honestly, that's probably how we know it's over. Our swan
It's
song
over.
is a OG fan fiction from you.
Yeah.
Or someone writes a fan fiction about us in this podcast.
Us. That's how it's got to end. 100%.
So if anyone wants to be the scribe.
That's, 100%. The fanfiction that I have found this week is another crossover. Because that is where I find enjoyment. That's the only place I find enjoyment, finding fanfictions. Yeah. This is from The Weird Girl from Down the Road.
Ooh.
And this was published on April 12th, 2009.
Okay.
And the summary of this is Edward and Bella go out into the ocean to explore and end up in Bikini Bottom. See what happens.
Okay. I'm listening.
There are over 5,000 words in this fan fiction. I will be reading all of them to you today.
Yeah.
No, this is from chapter 1.
Of course.
This is from chapter 1, from Edward's perspective.
Nice.
I tried practicing my SpongeBob voice earlier today, and my voice did crack, so I will save you all, and you can just imagine what that sounds like.
In your mind's eye.
In your mind's eye. Okay. I'm ready. Where the hell is that annoying voice coming from? Here I am just having a race with my wife when that annoying voice comes to my... Oh my god, it's someone's mind. Where is he? Is he drowning? Wait, that would mean he was ready for death. Then is that a suicide? I was snapped out of my thoughts by Bella screaming. Where the crow are we, Edward? Oh crap, I don't know, Bella. Let's ask around, I stuttered. Wow, that must be the mutant fish I heard about from Patrick. The annoying voice sounded amused and closer. Edward, who are we going to ask? There's no one but fish, and they cannot talk, she screamed at me. Crap, I don't know. Wow, that mutant fish is crabbier than Mr. Krabs. Wait, you can ask me, and we do so speak. Be polite and calm, the annoying voice said, or thought. I beg to differ, came the annoying voice, and I turned around to see a talking sponge? No, something I see every day. My name is SpongeBob SquarePants. End scene.
Wow.
If you all are interested in continuing to learn about how the Isle Esme honeymoon has been changed by a little bit of Bikini Bottom realness, as it says, you are more than welcome to read about Bella and Edward going to Bikini Bottom by a 2009 fan fiction.
Really just a tome of information.
It's really
cultural resonance.
I don't know that it's the crossover that we wanted so much as it's the crossover that
we deserved.
We really did deserve.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When I found that earlier today, I did not realize that we were going to have such an oceanic theme.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just a lot of...
it all came together, baby.
Just
we did it.
Whales and fishes and stars, oh my, in here, but that's okay. It's what happens when you only share one brain cell, you know?
Yes, yeah. It's bound to happen every now and again.
The trials and tribulations of only having one brain, you know?
Yeah.
Well, folks, here's what we've learned today. I don't know anything about tomatoes.
No.
And I don't want to. And that's
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
And also, as we say here in the Pacific Northwest,
get bit.
Get bit. And get whipped. And also, away ho.
Away ho.
Away ho.
Yes.
Into the Twilight is an Earbud Media production. Our theme music is by Eli Krauss, and our artwork is by Maddie Padilla. Follow the show on Twitter at Into the Twilight, and support us on Patreon at patreon.com/intothetwilight. Send us an email or a fanfiction at intothetwilightshow@gmail.com. You can find Allie at Into Wild Places and me at Cody Crow.
You've been listening to Earbud Media Production. Earbud Media, audio for everyone.